Now, the topic of the day is that why do we need a strategy? Why do we need a strategy? Why don't we just plow along? And I think that the fundamental principle and the point of departure for any kind of technical assistance is the need for some kind of strategy on which you are going to build action. The basic principle of the Paris Declaration and the WTO Aid for Trade roadmap rely on country ownership and the coherence between trade and development agenda. But we are here this morning at a juncture in Jamaica's history, which is pretty difficult. And as we gather here today, 32.4%, we've seen in the first 6 months of the year, 32.4% decline in world trade. But Jamaica's performance has been much worse at 51.3% decline. Business confidence is low, and Jamaica is facing severe challenges associated with growing debt and deteriorating balance of payments. These problems are compounded by the impact of crime and corruption, which are a tax on business and an impediment to human development. Recent changes of senior government officials have also contributed to speculation about Jamaica's future, as reported in The Economist and other parts of the media. It is within this context that in our meeting today, we will demonstrate how a group of dedicated Jamaicans have been working on building consensus around a plan to pull the country in the direction of economic growth and sustainable development. As donors and partner agencies, we want to ensure that our efforts and our resources will achieve maximum impact. Like investors, we are looking for return on investment. But what is the role of the ITC in all of this? We have been partners with JTI and JEA in bringing those 100 voices together in a structured, consultative, public-private dialogue. The results have been that Jamaica is here today to share a new strategy with a focus and with benefits to all. We have seen that from this process, we have a mutual understanding of the imperatives of how to be effective as development partners. What is ITC's added value then in this process? We were the facilitators of the dialogue, in helping to build this consensus, in ensuring that the ownership remained with Jamaica, in providing guidance when indeed there were many contentious issues, in showing experience from other countries as to how others had done this. However, at the end of the day, what we have accomplished is 100% Jamaican homegrown strategy. A Jamaican strategy for Jamaicans by Jamaicans, understanding the context, however, of the world in which they are living. It provides the country with a consolidated, prioritized architecture for export development and competitiveness. The main features of the NES, as we like to call it, are certainly led by market conditions and opportunities. The potential benefits of the NES then are certainly that Jamaica's international competitiveness position will be enhanced. The NES, therefore, is to be seen as a roadmap to stimulate entrepreneurship, strengthen supply capacities, foster a more internationally competitive business environment, grow a more skilled workforce and increase employment opportunities, and integrate the rural communities into export value chains. The NES, of course, is embedded in the principle of sustainable development. And it's certainly should be noted that beyond economic measures, the NES also address critical issues among which is good governance and infrastructure, with strong commitment to ensure sustainable development. But I do believe that when we begin implementation, we must take into account issues which will impact us, such as climate change and the need to be gender sensitive. And now I believe the stakeholders have much hard work to do, because now that we have come up with the national strategy, ITC will certainly be still working alongside you, but I think the country needs this in order to boost the economy. We're not standing by with our hands beside our pockets. We've actually dipped into our pockets, and with the help of the European Union, we have started the part of implementation on the agribusiness strategy. And after 4 months, we believe that we are beginning to see the light of day in a way forward under the All ACP EU commodities program, which we are implementing here in Jamaica with the Ministry of Agriculture. I will certainly appeal to you to invest in the NES, contribute to the shaping and strengthening of the country's economic structures, be the driver of an export-led country resurgence, economic resurgence, and I believe at the end of the day we can all share in the success of Jamaica if we follow this route.